Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. I got a little secret I want to share with you, some information that you are quite aware of, but not knowing the significance of that information. And it is a simple information. We all know when we think of evil, and some of us might have missed a message on evil, but most of us have heard it. And it always talks about something that's detrimental to many people and that it had a bad ending. And yet we have gotten a chance to live in a time when we see evil amongst us. We judge evil by the pain and suffering, the lack of concern that it has for others. And we see these things existing, and yet we know that these things continue to exist because most of us who see it, we've either accepted as being something that is common or something that we can't do anything about. And we hope that change will come. Even in America, we talk about elections. And till now, we know how that thing is played out with everybody stacked. And everybody's playing the same game that is in power to maintain the power. And so, what I'm trying to say that you could get from what I've said is that in order to maintain this power, the power that runs this power will kill anybody that gets in its way, will kill anybody that threatens its existence. That's why Dr. Martin Luther King was killed. That's why Malcolm X was killed. That's why John F. Kennedy was killed. That's why Abraham Lincoln was killed. That's why any and all of the people who have died standing up for such causes as this were killed. And they knew they would be killed. Many of them hoped that they wouldn't, but they knew that that was the price that you have to pay to be free. And they had made the decision that they wanted to be free and they were going to stand up for freedom. It was freedom for themselves, yet at the same time, it is so real that to stand up for freedom for yourself truly is standing up for freedom for everyone. So, my message to you today is that you know the powers that be will kill you. Yes, you do. That's what evil does. This is how evil stays in power. It will kill you. And you don't know the truth about life, so they got you bending all over under the fear of dying. And so you just become an what? An arm of all of that evil, thinking that you have been allowed to do enough good. See, here's what happens, ladies and gentlemen. The other part of the story is just as evil will kill you, the truth of life is that those who walk down the path of life, those who have come in contact with life, those who have chosen life, acknowledges what evil will do. Evil will kill to maintain its power. But the fear of death is not going to change truth. I mean, truth must live. And if truth is shot down in order to live, then truth will be shot down so that truth can live. You can't kill the truth. It distinguishes between authenticity and hypocrisy. You know, God, truth demands that same representation. It will go against any death threat and stand. And if anything is to stop this, it will be a power outside of the carrier of truth. It will be one that was able to allow fire to burn on three young men and they not feel it. Or one in a lion's den and its mouth will not open. Yes, it would take that kind of power to make one that's free, bend with truth. Truth can't be bent. But guess what evil did? Evil went and told you that you might have heard that Jesus died on the cross representing truth. And that you, if you wanted to live, must follow Jesus. Jesus' path. Follow Jesus' path. Jesus, the one who lived in the middle of hell, just like you and I every day. It was no different. I can imagine it being a little rough for him because he had something that really drew attention. Most of us, well, we got something too, but we what? We've been so far over, we don't know where hell or any goodness around here is. You don't know where it is in the church. You don't know where it is in a legal organization, a department, or whatever, medical or school. You never know. You might and you might not. And in every case, somebody is suffering. Somebody is being left out. That's a reflection and maintenance of a system that those who say they represent God have been told the secret of you don't have to follow Jesus that way. All you have to do is believe and accept all that they told you about Jesus. You can believe and accept all they told you about Jesus. But it doesn't mean you have to follow him. See, what they're saying to you is to follow him is to be free. And let your freedom shine just like the sun in the sky. No, they don't want that to happen. So they trick you, just like MAGA got tricked when they thought all the ugly and evil that's been going on in America just avoided them until the last time they took evil and said, come on in, and evil is biting them all around the neck like a snake. Now they see it. But they were warned. But they couldn't, because what the difference that was being offered to them is it wasn't them. The difference was being care about other folks. The difference was be concerned about other people. That was the difference, and they couldn't do that. They had to not give a damn about anybody as long as they were protected. And they believed that because of the kind of character they themselves had, and Trump knowing that, and he had the same character, he was going to protect them. They didn't know. He didn't give a damn about them. And now they're upset. That's the same way it is, ladies and gentlemen, with truth. Once you know the truth, you don't let somebody come and tell you to be quiet. Just believe, and hell keeps on going and going. I mean, when I say hell, I'm talking about the pain and suffering that people have to go through and are lost, honoring men rather than the power that's invisible, the power that is responsible for all that they can do. Well, see, when you're bent under that influence. So, if you're real, what are you going to do? What the sun does, what the moon does, what the stars do. They be. And so now you real be. And when you come against the greatest darkness, you will shine. And that might be your moment. But I guarantee you, I'm going to say this to you. You might not like it, I won't tell you. Anybody that knows the truth, that's walking according to truth, consider it a glorious time to let all that is ever can be made known by this life, that God is real. And it is not afraid by a lie, talking about death, what you can do with death. That doesn't mean a thing. Dare you. Dare ugliness to stand up. Dare ugliness to come against you. Dare it. Stop running. Stand up for what's good. What is that? That which works for everybody and hurts no one but the crook. And let that crook be known by what that crook is willing to do. And that what is not crooked be known by what is willing to not take any longer. Well, I thought I was going to do a shorty. Something that lasts maybe 2 minutes. Well, it is what it is. So, wow, I didn't know it was that long. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let it go now. Until next time, Eddie Marcus saying goodbye for now.